Alright, this is my tree project for Biology 101 lab. I'm in the Wednesday at 10 a.m. section. So my hypothesis was that I picked two trees. One tree, they were about the same size. One tree had darker leaves and one tree had lighter leaves. I predicted that the tree with lighter green leaves would fall off first, and my method was to take photos of both trees weekly and assign the numerical value to each tree using the color chart that was provided in class. So here are my two trees. The one on the left is tree 1314 and it is a silver maple, and the tree on the right is tree 1326 and it is a green ash. So as you can see, the green ash tree is a little bit lighter. It is this one, not any of these two, it is this tree right here. And it has a little bit of a lighter green shade to it. So my hypothesis was that that tree was going to have its leaves fall off first since they're already so much lighter. So right here are my color chart colors. So here's about a 1 and this tree's about a 2.5 on the color chart. So I started taking pictures on September 2nd. So this is my first week. And as you go on, there wasn't much change of any color here. Now they're starting to get lighter. This one has a little bit lighter shade of green. It's kind of starting to get yellow up there. And this one's starting to change a little bit lighter color of yellow too. Here they continue to get a little bit lighter. This one's turning pretty yellow. So it's going from light green to lighter yellow. This one's slowly starting to turn a little bit yellow. Week 5 over here, it's turning almost completely yellow. So the color is moving up in the color chart. These ones are getting a little darker yellow, but still pretty green up in here. And all of a sudden, October 6th and week 6, big color change from week 5 to week 6 here. Almost all covered in yellow. And this one is still changing pretty yellow. But this one I believe is more yellow, all of in a week's change, than more than this one. As you jumped a week ahead, almost all of the leaves have already fallen off this tree. And this tree started off darker in the beginning. And my hypothesis was that this tree, tree 2, its leaves would start to fall off before these trees. But therefore, my hypothesis was wrong. Now, October 19th, when we had that first snow, all my leaves are basically gone. There's a couple more over here, but all my leaves are basically gone from this tree. And the leaves are pretty much still intact in this tree. They're just turning more and more yellowish, brownish. By November 4th, this tree had absolutely no leaves on it. And this tree, its leaves are kind of just hanging on. By November 8th, this tree still had no leaves. And this tree is slowly starting to fall off, but they're almost all gone. They're pretty much just dead and brown right now. By my last week, week 11th, which was on November 20th, both trees had no leaves on them. So, in conclusion, my data does not support my hypothesis. Basically, the tree that had darker leaves to start with, it changed into yellow leaves in a week, but then they started to fall off after that. As this tree was doing that, the tree with the lighter leaves, basically started with lighter leaves, kept getting lighter slowly, and eventually didn't start falling off until after the other tree basically had no leaves on it at all. So therefore my results do not support my hypothesis. But I was using this color chart. So the first tree started off darker red, or dark green, sorry. Slowly got to about here, and then all the leaves just fell off of my tree. The other tree started off about here. This is the tree that I had predicted that all the leaves would fall off first. Started off about here, went until it got to about here, and then they all fell off. But this was about 2 or 3 weeks later than the other tree. So basically, I showed you my trees, showed them side by side, showed you my hypothesis. I gave an example of my trees and the specific names and numbers. They're located as you're walking from the Bordeaux dorms to Jonas. It has a frisbee golf tee right underneath those two trees. and the other one is located straight to your left on the sidewalk. I visited these trees about once a week, took a picture, and then kept walking to class, so it was worked perfect out for me. But that about wraps it up. So my conclusion was that my dad did not support my hypothesis. My hypothesis was wrong. But in conclusion, yeah, it was a fun experiment, fun hypothesis to test, and I got my results. So yeah.